Hey guys, so just wanted to round up and talk about some thoughts post fight from some fairly decent fights and decent scraps yesterday. There are four particular fights that I want to discuss and go over. I'm not going to analyze and break down each one in a separate video, so I'm just going to kind of glaze over some of them and talk about where the fighters go post fight and some things in the fight also. So yeah, first one in the UK, Birmingham. Sam Eggington versus Bradley Skeete for the British and Commonwealth welterweight titles. So yeah, I mean Eggington tried to make it a brawl. I thought the first 4 rounds he did reasonably well. He didn't give Bradley Skeete peace. I thought he disrupted his rhythm slightly in the first 3-4 rounds. But after that, I think Skeete just took total control. He embarrassed him, and I think it was round 6 or 7. It was shocking for me. Yeah, so I mean, Bradley Skeete deserved to win. I thought the scorecards were quite close. I had it about 10-2, 9-3, 115, 113. Skeete was way too tight for me, in my opinion. So yeah, where they go from here, Eggington, I know he's had a great story coming into the gym saying he wants to be a journeyman. He's made it to British and Commonwealth level. I think European level is his ceiling for me, and I know the winner loser of this fight might face Branko Bundu winner. So yeah, that's another good fight for either or of them. So yeah, that would be good. Eggington can come again. He's 22. He's very young, and yeah, he can always come again and try and tweak his style. Sorry, and yeah, he's got time on his side. So I'd like to see where Eggington goes next. As for Skeete, Skeete, he's a slick operator. Yes, at the level he's at, but the higher he moves up, I think he'll get found out. He does get hit too often sometimes. Um, Not saying that's a bad thing. Of course, every boxer's going to get hit. I know that I use that term a lot, but for a very slick operator like himself, he does get hit a fair few, often too many times. And if you're getting hit by Eggington at this level, a bigger puncher or a more sophisticated fighter will pick him off and show him different things he hasn't seen before. But he can reach past European and possibly fringe world level. I think he'll possibly lose to a fringe world level fighter like Chris Van Heerden or a Chris Algieri, someone like that. Solid B level operator. He probably lose to there. But that's just my opinion on him. He's a good fighter, but he won't hit world level in my opinion. And I'd be very surprised if if he wins a world title. Although I'd like him to as a Brit. Moving on, I'll couple these two together. The Yafai brothers. Cal, obviously, we don't learn much from the first round knockout of Flores. I mean, the kid went 6 rounds, I think, and he gave a nightmare to the WBC super flyweight champion two or three fights ago. So yeah, we don't really learn much from that first round knockout. It was a really hard body shot that knocked him out. It completely took the wind out of Flores. So it looks like Cal has decent power. I'd like to see him in with Kono, as I said the other day, and yeah, I think he can pick up a world title or version of a world title at Superfly. The other guys at Superfly are relatively strong. Kono I'd see as the weaker link among the champions. So yeah, I think he can pick up a world title in the summer if Eddie can get him over here and Yafai can box on home turf. His brother Gamal I've never really been too high on, but a really good performance yesterday. Loads of action and punch variety was really good from Gamal. So yeah, interested to see where he goes here. He picked up the Commonwealth super bantamweight title, so he might be a force in the super bantamweight division. We know we have had Frampton Quigg, Gavin McDonnell, and possibly Jamie moving up from bantamweight. So yeah, it could be really good, interesting times for Gamal. Moving on, international fights even. Luis Ortiz versus Tony Thompson. Ortiz, obviously King Kong wrecking ball. Luis Ortiz, I mean, interested to see where he goes from here. He done a number on Tony Thompson yesterday. Thompson made it awkward for him, bit of head movement, bit of upper body movement, but he just didn't look good at the weigh-in for me, and I just thought he was coming for one last hurrah for me. And don't know if he really actually believed he could beat Luis Ortiz, but he did make it tricky for him, and that's maybe something Luis Ortiz is going to have to work on if he wants to become unified world heavyweight champion. Although Ortiz, I do rate him. Stamina concerns, maybe chin concerns as well. So I'd like to see him tested by one, a big puncher, and two, someone who can take his punches and go and take him late into a fight. But we haven't seen that yet. Ortiz is knocking everyone out, and he's got the skill and the speed and everything to go with it. Good performance, 6 round KO. He knocked him down, Thompson down 3 times. So good performance overall. Thompson, I think it's over for him. Ortiz, where he goes next. I know he's mandated to face Alexander Ustinov, and the winner of that is slated to face the Tyson Fury and Klitschko winner. And the other side of the WBA phony tournament for me includes the next fight I'm going to talk about, which is Lucas Browne versus Ruslan Chagaev. Really good fight. Probably this was one of the fights I actually enjoyed over the weekend. The other 2 fights didn't enjoy it as much. This and the next one I'll speak about. But Lucas Browne turned in really good shape. He looked really good yesterday, actually. I was really impressed by his performance. Didn't think he had that capability. I did get this prediction right. I did say Lucas Browne late stoppage or points. Had him winning 2-3 rounds up at the point of the stoppage. Lucas Browne got knocked down hard in the 6th, and I did actually time that round. It was about 17 seconds past the 3-minute mark. So that seemed a bit dodgy the first time Chagaev had him in real trouble. It lasted long, so I think they need to have a look into that. That's really suspect, and that's damaging to a fighter's health. Lucas Browne, to his credit, continued like a warrior, and really happy for him. He seems like a really genuine guy, really nice guy. So I'm really happy for him. He showed a lot of different tools to his arsenal yesterday. He can box a bit on the back foot. He can come in close. He can use a jab. He had decent footwork yesterday. So I'd give him a chance against some of the better heavyweights on that performance. He really turned in one of the best performances of his life and won a version of a world title, the WBA regular heavyweight title. Never know. There's a couple of people chomping at the bit in the UK to get a title shot. Dillian White could come back, get a few wins, and maybe he'd be a possible opponent. David Haye, we know, is in the mix. So he could go down that route, or he could go down maybe a unification if the other sanction bodies want to unify the regular belt. Or of course he's mandated to face Freza Quendo next, who had a court order. So that's another option. Well, he's going to have to take it, otherwise he'll get stripped. So hopefully he can win that, and then in the meantime, if no fight gets made, he can have a voluntary in between. But really happy for Lucas Browne. Chagaev, on the other hand, think he's done. He looked really bad for me in terms of shape-wise. He looked really out of shape. He looked fat around the midsection, and I mean, he still had good power. He still looked decent, but he's 36, 37 now, I think, and I think the time's wearing down on him. It's hard to see if he can pick up another title or being in another brawl. Sooner down the line. Lucas Browne, on the other hand, also to note, he didn't always look great in the fight. He did get hit too often. His defense was slightly sloppy, and he got caught a bit too much. But that's things he can work on. He's adjusted his style. Even though he's 35, he's adjusted his style pretty well in comparison to his other fights. So things are looking up for Lucas Browne, definitely. Last fight I want to talk about quickly is Saddam Ali versus Jesse Vargas for the vacant WBO welterweight title. Um, this was a fighter that load of people load of people and boxing fans said Tim Bradley was actually ducking in Saddam Ali. Don't see that. Didn't see that yesterday at all. Saddam Ali came out first round. Didn't do too bad. Boxed decently in the first round. I gave him that. And after that, Jesse Vargas took over. Really, I don't really rate Jesse Vargas that highly. To be fair, he's a decent fighter. Again, solid B level operator, but nothing more than that. And it looked like every time he hit Saddam Ali clean. Um, Ali had problems with his punching power and he didn't like it. Um, I just thought Vargas was pushing the pace. He's putting the pressure on. He was catching him clean. He had the nastier, more hurtful punches, and every time Saddam Ali would catch him, Vargas would always have a good enough or even better reply. Where they go from here, Saddam Ali is going to have to rebuild, sort of like Amir Imam had to deal with against Granados. Uh, Imam was supposed to face Victor Postol, but of course he lost, and now Granados is going to take his place and face Postol soon. Now Saddam Ali is going to have to do the same. Where Jesse Vargas goes, now he's welterweight champion. He says he wants Tim Bradley Pacquiao winner next. That's a possibility. He's with Top Rank, so definite possibility there. Um, Maybe even an option for Kell Brook. I know Thurman Porter's been postponed. It's supposed to be next week, but it's been postponed till I'm not sure the date. But sooner we know, the better. And WBC champion Danny Garcia might be facing Khan next if he comes back down in weight, or he could face someone else. So yeah, that's another possible option for Kell Brook. He's not Vargas is not a big name, but he's a title holder, so automatically people will put him in the top 10, even though he probably isn't a top 10 welterweight fighter. So yeah, interesting to see where these fighters all go, and yeah, we'll see soon, I guess, in the summer and later on in the autumn how it all plays out. Guys, if you like the video, please leave the thumbs up, please. It would really help. Comment your thoughts on or any of these fights. Any of your thoughts on any other fights on the weekend on the undercard that I missed. I know Julian Williams fought on a Showtime card. I didn't keep up to date with that card and the result, but yeah, just let me know if you want me to do a separate video on that and speak about that, and I'll be happy to do that. And yeah, subscribe and yeah, share so this gets out to a wider boxing public and wider boxing audience. Anything else, just PM me or tweet me or whatever, and I will get back to you. And yeah, take care, guys, and peace.